Here's our tale of the tape, brought to you by Live Oak Texas Vodka. 26 against 31 years old. We got a bantamweight bout here, 5'7" against 5'5", within 66-inch reach for both. Let's go inside to Wayne now and get our official introductions for this title fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Live Oak Vodka, is scheduled for 5 rounds and is for the Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Championship. Introducing your challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, and she weighed in at 133.6 pounds. Fighting out of Boise, Idaho, she holds a perfect amateur record, 4 wins, no losses. Here is Aerial Rare AF Frantz. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 134.4 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, by way of Flemingsburg, Kentucky, she too holds a perfect amateur record, 4 wins, no losses, presenting the reigning and defending Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Champion, Olivia Yum Yum Bierley. And now referee Mark Colloy with your final championship instructions.
Okay, athletes, you're elite athletes, and therefore I expect you to obey as such. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck for you. Touch gloves. Go to your corners.
All right, championship instructions given there. Final touches, making sure the cage doors are locked. And our title fight is underway. Frantz in the blue gloves, Bierley in the red gloves.
Yeah, Bierley wanted to give a shout out to Coach Kackler. Hope they're listening. Who retired this year, one of her mentors and coaches, coming up as she comes up here as our Fury Amateur Bantamweight Champion.
Yeah, Frantz looking to have a successful defense of that title. Very calculated beginning to this fight, obviously with the 5 rounds upcoming, potentially belt on the line. You expect to see these fighters very calm, cool, collected, and calculated at the beginning of this fight.
Yeah, and to tell you what a great athlete Liv Bierley is, she has never walked into an MMA gym before March of 2021. And here she is, you know, just a little over 2 years later, and, you know, she's the amateur champion. And so it just kind of tells you what kind of student she is when she is in the gym, and what kind of pure athlete she is also.
So notice Bierley's, actually both girls have changed stance, but Bierley is circling to the power side, which, if not picked up on by a good striker, won't really make a huge difference. But you just want to keep your head off that center line on the power zone.
Yeah, we saw what can happen when you retreat to the power side with that Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping, right from the kind of iconic Dan Henderson logo they got from this. Yeah,
good right hand there from the champion.
Been some exchanging of those low leg kicks, some of those calf kicks. We know those can be ever effective. Those calf kicks are just debilitating. So we'll see if those start to add up.
Yeah, last time Liv fought was in San Antonio, and there was a UFC fight night the next night, Alex, that you and I attended. Liv Bierley is the vice president also of LA Fitness. Well, guess who walks into her gym to get a workout that morning? Nobody, none other than Dana White walks in. Oh, cool. So she gets a few minutes to talk to Dana White, to the big boss. And as a matter of fact, at the next press conference, or maybe at the press conference for that UFC event, he mentioned her. Like, hey, he talked to the Fury Bantamweight champion last night.
Little exchange there, about 30 seconds left here in the first round of this championship bout. Just a reminder, all championship bouts here at this amateur level will be 5 3-minute rounds. So a lot of fight left here for these ladies. Starting to get the momentum going here toward the end of the first round.
And we saw Ariel Frantz trying to kind of provoke Liv maybe into a brawl there. She's kind of making faces at her, putting her hands down.
10 seconds of the opening round left.
Yeah, I believe the champ has landed the harder strikes, albeit few and far between. But
good little flurry, good little exchange of knees there from both of these ladies here at the end of the first round. Very methodical first round, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Methodical from both of these ladies, kind of feeling and touching, testing the waters, kind of seeing what they need to do to get their game going.
you know, they got a long fight. They got 5 rounds. It's usually best to kind of find your range, get the reads, figure out what your opponent's going to do before you really commit to stepping in that A zone and trying to do some damage.
Yeah, a lot of high-level fighters. You know, Anderson Silva, one of the greatest. You know, that was one thing he was very much known for, kind of the first round, feeling the other guy out, trying to see what they do, what they're going to do, how they like to do things, and then getting the job done in the second and third. So, first round in the books, 4 more to go potentially.
Yeah, Liv Bierley been training with Pete Spratt since October of 2022. And feels like he's really added a lot to her striking, a lot to her kickboxing game, and just her overall MMA in general. But, you know, coming from Chicago, Illinois, moving to Texas, training with Pete Spratt, she feels like she's championship material.
Second round underway.
Nice body kick there from Liv Bierley.
See Frantz pawing some hands out there, but again, like you were talking about, just kind of putting her hands down by her side, almost trying to bait Bierley into doing something.
Both girls are doing their most damaging work from the open stance with that rear side kick.
Yeah, you can see both these girls, both bantamweights, both very muscular builds, both a lot of power.
Olivia's had some success with that straight right. I'd like to see her set it up a little bit more.
Yeah, you hear Pete Spratt over there. He wants that right kick from Liv Bierley. And then he said, not now, when she changed stances. So looks like they're seeing something in Ariel Frantz when she's in that southpaw stance. Maybe she drops those hands. There you go. That's exactly what he asked for.
Something we see twice now from Ariel is that like headlock grip. It's not a good grip.
No, you will get taken down. As a matter of fact, you can get taken down pretty hard from that grip.
What was funny is Dricus du Plessis hit it on Robert Whitaker, and someone was like, Rob went like an hour of fight time with Yoel Romero and didn't get taken down, but he gets headlock thrown by Dricus. That just goes to show how unconventional Dricus is.
The only athlete, women's fighter that I know that's been very successful with that, obviously the Ronda Rousey. She was able to do that to so many gals, able to grab them by the headlock like that, chunk them down, and get eventually to an armbar finish.
Yeah. To be fair, though, when she tried that against Liz Carmouche, she got her back taken and almost rear naked choke.
Almost. Oh, that was such a heavy. And that was in the debut championship fight for the women's division.
Yeah,
so
sure
she
was.
Almost got caught. You are correct there. Look at the MMA knowledge.
I talk about that headlock grip so much because it's so bad. And we do like a lot of body locking in our gym, and that's like a direct counter to a headlock.
A little shin to shin there.
And the headlock can work if you're like the aggressor and the first one to act. But I tell my guys, the moment someone wraps that arm around the head, just body lock them and get super aggressive.
See the kicks of Bierley adding up here. See the damage on the thigh of Frantz.
Oh, man, that hit right in the nose.
Yep.
Yeah, big head kick there from Liv Bierley. And like you said, Cody, those leg kicks starting to add up. That right leg of Ariel Frantz is starting to whelp up pretty good.
Short time left in the round.
Oh, Liv Bierley starting to find her way here in the second round.
She had a good couple little flurries there in that second round. That last one especially was pretty brutal.
Highlights coming in right now. This fight's starting to heat up a little bit, gentlemen.
Yeah, Ariel Frantz, you saw her there kind of putting her hands out. Liv chasing her down. Ariel going straight back. She's got to watch out for that. I have a feeling that's going to come back to haunt her. Here's that headlock you talked about, Alex. Ariel had a plan there. Looked like she wanted to grab that headlock and then maybe spin around with that elbow. Wasn't very effective, but Liv all of a sudden comes through with a flurry. Kicks her right here She squats down. You see Liv kind of right on the shin, just missed the bridge of the nose, Alex.
Yeah, that could have been a fight stopper right there, Michael, for sure. Nonetheless, a glancing knee. And we're headed to our third round.
So I always look at the fighters' postures whenever they're in their corner. And the posture of Liv Bierley looked very confident, and it did not look as confident in the corner of Frantz.
Yeah, body language can tell you a lot between rounds. You can definitely tell if an opponent's been defeated, if they think that they're losing. You can see it on them physically. So you'd like to see a little bit of maybe some acting done in between rounds there from a fighter. Even if you aren't feeling it, you got to make your opponent believe you are.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Hands on the knees and just straight up, standing with a good posture, looking across, listening to your coaches, not slouched over, because it does make a difference, especially if your opponent is in that posture. If they are slouched over and they look over at you like, oh, this hasn't phased him at all. I mean, you might be chewing on your teeth, but at least your posture's straight.
At least you look like you're not.
You got to play the mental game as much as you do the fight.
I was having a conversation with someone just yesterday talking about how mental, how cerebral. Ooh, there's a big right hand there.
Here goes Bierley.
She should break and punch. Yeah.
Big hand, heavy hands here from Bierley.
Bierley has got to separate here and continue to throw those punches. Ooh, Frantz grabbing the cage. Referee didn't say anything.
You know, it didn't change the outcome of the takedown. I know she could have it a little further away, which would be beneficial to the champ, but...
The busted nose there of Frantz. She's got the mouthpiece hanging out, looking for some extra air. Bierley all over her, looking to get into... Looks like she's going for a full mount. Try to get her flat on the back here, get some sort of damage going. Got to be careful grabbing the fence there from Frantz.
Yeah, she's still doing it.
Saying sorry. Stop doing it.
Yeah, don't do it anymore.
Man. There goes the mouthpiece.
Is out. Ref scoops it up. Find a minute to give it back to her, but for now, the blood dripping from the nose of Frantz. Bierley looking for a finish.
Yeah, Bierley turning on the pressure here.
You see the good shot of El Jefe, Eric Garcia right there. The big boss man making all this happen for us.
You see him texting there.
Yeah, trying not to get that blood over there.
Eric just sent me a message asking if we're watching this. Of course we're watching this.
Right across the cage, boss.
There's Liv.
Oh, that's under the chin.
That's smothered. That's
here we go.
We're going to see a tap.
That's it.
The champion keeps her belt.
Successful defense there from Olivia Bierley. Yum, yum. Collecting the RNC finish.
Wow. What a third round there from our champ.
Yeah, as the fight went on, Alex, Liv just started to gain momentum. She found her range in that first round, and the second, third round just took it over. And, of course, you get that finish here in the third round. Very, very nice. Liv Bierley might be time for her to turn pro.
Yeah, 5-0, 2 belts.
Definitely worth getting in the conversation of for sure. This is about that time you start thinking about, okay, you got the title, you've defended the title. Now gave the back up in a frantic moment of trying to escape the power. There's that little cage grab. Like you said, Alex, didn't really deter the position too much.
It was good the ref didn't interfere because, I mean, the champ was just like, you know, in that finishing state of mind.
Great hand switch right there. Had one hand over. As she started to pull the hand down, she slides the other hand just underneath the chin, locks it up, and gets the tap very quickly afterwards to defend her title. Let's take it into Wayne and make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 2 minutes, 24 seconds into round number 3. Declaring your winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke. And still, Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Champion, Olivia Yum Yum Bierley.
All right, Michael Alexander inside now, going to have a word with the champion.
get that back on the regular. I got her back on my cellular. Back in the back of the...
I'm here with your winner, Liv Bierley. Liv, here we are again. It looked like in the first round you were just feeling her out, and then in the second and third round you kind of took over. Were able to get that rear naked choke finish. How does this feel?
It feels so amazing. First of all glory to God, all the time, always. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. Nobody else would be here. Feels amazing. This is the first time that I've had family here. My sister, my brother, my best friend from Chicago, all kinds of people came out to support. It might be just me in this cage, but it took all of y'all to get me here. So thankful, and I love this promotion, and I'm so thankful for Fury. And I want to thank my opponent, Ariel, for coming out here. As a woman, it's hard to find opponents, and she was about it. So respect to her. Come on, guys, respect.
Liv, it was amazing to us how similar you guys looked. Both of you very muscular. Both of you, I mean, it almost looked like the same fighter. Was there anything that surprised you about Ariel?
Well, obviously, as an amateur, you evolve a lot from fight to fight to fight. I did creep on her on Instagram, so I know that she's strong as heck. The first opponent that I fought that I was like, yeah, we'd probably work out together at the gym. But to be honest, you know, that first round, I like to feel people out. Kind of find her tendencies, see how she reacts. I'm sure she's doing the same thing. The biggest difference is I know that if one of those punches caught me, this might have been my blood. So, you know, a little bit of a defensive movement there. But, hey, I said this was going to be my belt. My other belt needed a cousin, so we'll be back.
Well, Liv, speaking of that, we just asked your coach, and we know his answer. How does Liv Bierley feel? Are you going to stay an amateur, or are we moving up to the pros?
We're going pro, baby!
Well, congratulations on another win. Your Fury Amateur Champion, Liv Bierley.